Welcome to the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff. Me, Ryan McGuffey. Happy Thursday, everybody, here in the Recap Studios. I am Ryan McGuffey, always brought to you by our fine partners at Hooters, originalhooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations nearest you. Dates soon about our fall football programming. Looking forward to being out at local Hooters, originalhooters.com, and order.hooters.com to have it delivered straight to your office, straight to your door. We'll be doing our football shows, new sponsor, new partner of that, Studio 41, a proud partner now with us here at the Recap, and it has taken over our Bears Tuesday night programming with David Kaplan. Olin Kreutz and Tom Waddle, of course, Alex Brown will be at our live location shows, and looking forward to that all year long. What's going on, everybody? The Cubs get a big win over the Reds. Everybody can breathe easy for a day. 30-26 since June 1st, and they get the Cardinals this week in the rival Cardinals. So here we go. Chat's full. Bears ready for joint practices and their first preseason game against the Dolphins. I put that out there on the socials. How are we feeling? What's the excitement level? Because I'll tell you what, I'm ready for preseason action. I'm ready to see the Chicago Bears on the field. I am. So let's go. Let's look at the chat. Got some fun parlays for you later in the Recap Bet of the Day. Got some bonus bets for us on top of the bet that we have for us on the day or on the program. The chat is packed. And Godfather, no better person to start us off. Good afternoon, my friend. Please ask Jed. Yes, man. Hoyer, what happened to the Bellinger money? Followed by Tom Ricketts. Now it's Northwestern versus Michigan at Wrigley Field. More revenue in his pocket. None put back in players. I love the Godfather, man. There's nothing like him. Hoyer combining the injured list of all the teams, or combing the injured list to see who's available. The real Phil Simms. Didn't know that Josh Naylor has a stake in ownership with the White Sox. Wow. This doesn't matter where this guy plays. Cleveland, Arizona, Seattle, kills the White Sox. 2 home runs in the series. You shouldn't be shocked that Josh Naylor has more home runs and RBI against the White Sox than any other team in his career. That's a fact. Said it last night when I did the White Sox recap. That dude just put him on first base. Phil, Cubs may have won yesterday. Now they better sweep St. Louis because the Brewers are definitely on a heater. The Brewers, of course, Becky thinks will never lose a game. They are on some kind of roll. They swept Spencer Strider and the Atlanta Braves. Win. It's all they do. It made that win yesterday for the Cubs all that more important because they could have easily fallen to 5 games back of the Brewers, which is crazy. Cubs, 4 games back. Brewers have won 9 of 10. They've won 6 in a row and are now 70-44, the only 70-win team in all of baseball. Matter of fact, no one has 69 wins in all of baseball. So the Brewers doing things that they've never done, doing things that no one in baseball has done. David, great win yesterday. Great to see Suzuki hitting the ball hard again. I'm signed up with Renegade Recap Team. Can't wait for the draft. Looking forward to that, David. The Renegade Fantasy League, I'll promote that here later on in a bit. The signups are really rolling along here. Great to see. Please join us for the opportunity to win $5,000. And back to Seiya, squared it up pretty well 3 different times yesterday. Also drew a walk, had 3 batted balls of over 100 miles an hour. Although they're playing well, having the best record doesn't guarantee anything. Look at the 22 and 23 Dodgers and Braves. Those are just 2 examples too, Phil. What if you can go back? You can go back long before. You have 100-win teams that flopped in the first round. Okay. That's why the Cubs have just been saying, if we get in, we have just as good a chance as anyone. I don't necessarily buy that, but getting in is the first step. When are they going to announce groundbreaking for the stadium in Arlington Heights? Shovel in the ground by 2025, right, Phil? Shovel in the ground. Well, I guess in theory, you got about 4 months to make that happen. And the ground gets frozen about 2.5, 3 months from now. You better get that shovel in the ground. The Brewers will eventually come back to earth. The Cubs have to go on a serious run and make sure that 5-game series will actually mean something. Still just about 50 games left here. Plenty of time for the Cubs to go on a roll, but the Brewers are playing special baseball right now. You can't deny what the Milwaukee Brewers are doing. And that's, I think, really important, is that sometimes, just sometimes, a team gets on one and never looks back. You look at the Brewers, since June. 16-9, July. 17-7, August. 6-0. 6-0. That's 39-16. That's ridiculous ball right now. They're 14-4 since the All-Star break. They are playing. They need to sweep St. Louis and win the series in Toronto, then sweep the Pirates. It's a lot of asking. You're talking about the Cubs going, 8-1 in that stretch? That's pretty impressive. Phil, in all honesty, in regards to Chicago sports, only two teams have had real sustainable success the past 35 years. The Bulls and their 6 titles in the 90s, the Hawks and their 3 cups in 6 years? Just saying, it's true. That's true. I mean, if we're judging championships, it's the only 2 teams you can bring up. That's a fact. I think you got to include the Cubs. The 15, 16, 17, they did go to 3 straight NLCSs and won a World Series. I would probably count that. How do I feel about having a female umpire? Jen Powell make her debut as the first female umpire in Major League Baseball this weekend. Becky, I think it's great. I have more opinions about robot umps than I do human. I don't care who is umpiring a baseball game. It sucks that we had to wait till 2025 to have the first woman. I think it's amazing what Jen Powell's doing for women and girls who are who want to be in baseball, who are playing softball and see this as an opportunity. I love the idea. I really do. You're not getting political, but you're going to see me as inclusive as any human being that you know. So, yeah, I think it's an outstanding breakthrough for women this weekend. I'm going to try and get my shirt in Clark Street Sports next to your fine merchandise. I mailed one to Ricketts and Hoyer. Let's go, Godfather. Cade Horton. Becky, Cade Horton is special. He just broke the Cubs rookie record for most scoreless innings. He's at 23 1/3, passing Kerry Wood. He had 83.6% strikes yesterday. 56 of his 67 pitches were strikes. That's incredible. That's elite stuff. The amount of shutout inning, or the amount of 5-inning performances of shutout baseball. Cade Horton is pitching like a dude. They have to monitor his innings down the stretch, which could be interesting as we get closer and closer to the end of the year. But Cade Horton has been special, really special. Thomas, it's doubtful they'll sweep St. Louis and Toronto. Will likely take the Cubs down easily. Let's calm down. I mean, Toronto was swept in a 4-game series by, I'll have to look that up. Pirates will probably win at least one. Again, we all look at the Toronto Blue Jays are in first place. They just got swept by the Orioles, right? They lost 3 of 4 to the Orioles last week. Okay? I mean, folks, they're a really good team. Right out of the break, they swept the Giants. They won 2 of 3 against the Yankees, 3 of 4 against the Tigers. Then they lost 3 of 4 against Baltimore, lost 2 of 3 against Kansas City, and they just swept Colorado by scoring a ridiculous 45 runs. So, again, the ebbs and flows and the roller coaster of a Major League Baseball season. Whatever happens the rest of the season, the Cubs better have a dominant offseason and upgrade this team. I hope, but we don't know what that means anymore. Phil, you know that Hoyer and company won't do that. No way, Phil. Ricketts is a liar. Happy Thursday, Kyle. Want to congratulate the Clarendon Hills Little League team from Illinois for pulling a huge upset over Ohio yesterday. Wish them nothing but the best in the Little League World Series. Very, very cool. Congrats to the young men of the Clarendon Hills. That's an amazing story. Appreciate you bringing that up, Kyle. Guff, if you were able to ask Jed Hoyer one question today and you wanted it to represent your perception of how the majority of the fan base has felt over the past week, what would your question be? Mike G, that, my friend, is bringing it to the lunch hour. That is bringing it to the lunch hour. Here would be my question. Do you regret saying that you're all in? That would be my question. And I want to ask how he navigates that, because he himself will tell you by the moves they made and lack thereof, this can't be coined as all in. So I'd probably go with that. Mike, great question. All revenue from Marquee going back into player upgrades. Bull crap, Mr. Ricketts. This really makes you wish AJ Preller was in charge. I said something similar to that, Phil, on X, and I got, how many pennants does he have? And I'm like, can we stop? At least the guy actually puts his leg out there, puts his neck out there and says, going for it. Doesn't work, it doesn't work. I can't question that. Kyle, Becky, there's no way Milwaukee will finish the season undefeated. This isn't the movie Moneyball. Becky and her daily I don't trust Jed Hoyer anymore. Choose to believe your capitalized letters were intentional. Hello. I love when we say hello to each other. Kyle, I'm skeptical of all Chicago front offices and ownership groups. As long as they sell out stadiums and fans don't change anything, they'll never get the message. You're probably right. And Becky adds that won't win another World Series for another 100 years. Another 100 years. Now, here we go, Becca. Go Bears! The Bears. I think the question posed on social, we know their first preseason game isn't tomorrow. Okay? First preseason game is not tomorrow. Their first joint practice is tomorrow. And the Bears got the Dolphins in town this week. Should be fun because of how heated the practices were already. That's the time of year when it's like these guys are done hitting each other. As the great Mark Grody would say, Bears! Guff, when Assad comes back, will he go to the pen or do you think he'll slide in the rotation? Man, we have talked too much about a guy that you've not gotten an inning from this year. Maybe long relief. I don't really know, Becky. He's insurance. But come on, Javier Assad's not being confused for an all-star. Only 3 more days and football is back in Chicago. The Bears! Let's go, Bears. When Boog Shambi came back from the absence, the Cubs faltered. Now, it's not Boog's fault. Definitely not Boog's fault. Lip, what's up, my man? Who do we think will have a better season, DJ Moore or Rome Odunze? I'm going to side with DJ on this just because of the resume. At some point, I think maybe next year I may, depending on, I do expect Rome to have a big year. I think I'd be more inclined to pick Rome Odunze next year. I'm going to go DJ. I think DJ Moore needs I think DJ Moore has a big bounce back season. I don't know why Boog Shambi is being asked to go away by Becky. Lip, I would bet Rome if I was a betting person. Okay, I'm going DJ Moore. Jay, what's up, my man? Finally a Cubs win. Congrats to the Clarendon Hills Little League team. Sam, can you explain why hasn't Mydroth played in the last 5 games when his injury is day to day? Sometimes, keep in mind, not just with Mydroth's injury, sometimes it's a combination of, this is dog days. Mydroth has been up here most of the year, and August usually hits the rookies a little bit differently. If he goes through the week, the White Sox come home tomorrow. I'm sure this will be addressed. I'd be stunned if, I haven't even looked at the lineup today. I'd be stunned if he wasn't in the lineup. I'm looking here. Okay, so he's not in the lineup today. It's Talkman, Sosa, Benintendi, Robert, Colson, Montgomery, Curtis, Meadegger, Carroll, Brooks, Baldwin, Michael Taylor. I'd be surprised if something wasn't done either tomorrow. If he's not in the lineup tomorrow, maybe he's on the IL. Al, I wonder if my draft has the same injury that Kyle Tucker has. Is Boog the boogeyman? The Cubs bugaboo, the oogie boogie at Becky. Okay. Boog Shambi. Unnecessary disdain on the lunch hour. You're awesome. Jay does make me laugh every day. Mike, Guff, everyone can hope Caleb turns into Patrick Mahomes all they want, but everyone also knows Mahomes has the incredibly rare dog in him. Does any of the talent matter for Caleb if he doesn't have that? I don't understand why we would say I don't get that. How do we know that he doesn't have a dog in him? People are really quick to judge Caleb Williams. I got an argument last week. There's a lot of people who are still bothered by his presence, his nails, stupid shit. Who cares? Why does that bother you? The guy actually had a good year last year, in my opinion. He took a lot of sacks, made some, bogus decisions down the stretch. He was seeing ghosts. He had a coordinator that didn't even coach him. Then that guy gets fired. They promote a guy to offensive coordinator. That guy gets promoted to head coach. He had 6 interceptions all year. Had 350 attempts without an interception? Let's talk. I don't know. I get it. He's the first overall pick, but he is a dude. Maybe he's not Patrick Mahomes, who's going to go down as one of the best of all time. I'm okay with that. Oh, that's good call, in, and I forgot about that. Anyone in the crew fan of the new Bulls jerseys coming? I remember when they came out in '96. Very cool. Not going to line the Bulls' pockets until they give me a competitive team. I mean, they're cool. It's the 30th anniversary of that team. Think about that. The 30th anniversary of the '96 Bulls. Yet here we are, still spinning our thumbs. They brought Dennis Rodman back to promote those jerseys. Thought that was cool. But ... Cubs take 2 or 3 against St. Louis. I feel pretty good about it. Cubs are better than them. Gave it to them a little bit earlier in the year. I think it's a good opportunity for the Cubs to get fat. I really do. Looks like Tommy Pennies is content with 1 World Series championship. Real sad. I feel you. You guys, I understand what you're saying. What's up, Swayze? How about how stellar Cade has been? The kid's flying under the radar, looking fantastic. Dude, he's not going to be under the radar much more. Jess, will we have preseason coverage on the recap or wait for we will have a recap Sunday of the game. Jess? Yes. We will have a recap of Sunday's game against the Dolphins. So, to answer your question, hell yeah. We don't wait for the regular season. Not here. The regular season starts now. Just like Hooters lunch specials. The OG wings, the boneless wings, the burger, $9.99, 11 to 3 all day, every day. The snow crab leg still on special. The long-legged Long Island iced tea, $8 this month. Careful, J. True. Careful. Be careful. I talked about the Sam Adams Oktoberfest. Now on draft in the Big Daddy mug, the Kona Big Wave, the Dos Equis, Michelob Ultra. It's all there. Tender tacos, of course, are a favorite. Mango, habanero. Absolutely. OriginalHooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations near you. Order.hooters.com. Straight to your door. Straight to your office. Either one. Looking really good. Kyle's looking forward to wearing his Take That St. Louis recap this shirt this weekend. Send us a picture, Kyle. Get it on the recap maybe on Monday. Since the Yankees DFA'd Marcus Stroman, thoughts on picking him up? Makes me uncomfortable, but he's a starter. I don't know. I wouldn't, personally. It doesn't do anything for me. Marcus Stroman, 3-2 with a 6.23 in 39 innings, a whip of 1.538. Does that do anything for you for real? I mean, 39 innings, 44 hits, 27 runs, 16 walks. I'm good. Jess, I'm ready for football and see how much offense and defense have helped during the training camp. I'm looking forward to it, too. I'm waiting for the Brewers to lose, says the dead. Bears pre-cap coverage. You like that? We got all kinds of stuff planned for the season, Landon. We're just getting there. Good win, but not impressed until we see it consistently. We got to put together a hot streak. When will the Brewers actually lose? Seriously, I would like to see the Cubs win 4 to 6 straight games. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. The Cubs have not been swept in a 3-game series all year. I forgot about that until they brought it up yesterday on the broadcast because it's just been so up and down lately. Looking at the Milwaukee Brewers schedule, the Brewers have the Mets this weekend. So that should be a good... I know the Mets have not been playing well, though. They got the Mets and then the Pirates at home. Then they go at Cincinnati, then the 5-game series here. The Brewers are going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be in the playoffs. Aloha to you, my friend Rick. Like I always like to say, the breakfast hour out there. Breakfast hour with the recap. Just like hockey, the President Cup winners rarely even win the cup. No doubt about it. We'll have stuff, Jess. Don't worry about you. I promise you, our Bears coverage will be fantastic. Bird Dog, sign a guy you know is injured, has a history of injuries, is a fireable offense, right? I mean, you heard Jed say we did due diligence, a lot of homework, and they got bit by a guy with shoulder problems. Jay True, didn't the Blue Jays just score 197? Pretty much. 45 runs in 3 games. Absolutely incredible. Good afternoon, Lunch Hour crew from LCK Dog, hanging out in Margaritaville and Myrtle Beach, waiting to watch a doubleheader for the hottest team in the Carolina League tonight, the Pelicans, against the Nats. Really cool. Appreciate you checking in from Myrtle Beach. Cohort, let's go. First day of football, ready to get off work and enjoy a few beers, watch the preseason games tonight. Yeah, there's a big slate of preseason action tonight. I was looking at it. I mean, I don't get too excited. It's just fun that football's going to be here. NFL preseason games tonight. We got Colts, Ravens, We got Bengals, Eagles, Vegas, Seattle. I love it. Then we got all weekend long. Aaron, I'm late getting here. Forgive me if I'm being redundant. All good, Aaron. Trading for a guy there, yes. Like getting Wilson back, Cubs. Wilson Contreras? Can you get a trademark for the word recap? Funny you ask, Landon. I'll just say that. It's a little tricky because of what the actual word RECAP means. So that's been tricky. I just got here. I don't understand trading your top prospect and 2 controllable players for 1 year of Kyle Tucker if they weren't willing to go all in. Okay, so I was all in on the Kyle Tucker trade. I still am. But I will say, now, Aaron, I'm with you. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Thanks for letting the fans speak, Guff. You know Ricketts is watching. Anytime. This show is yours as much as mine. Watson, welcome to the chat. Looked like the Sox didn't quit last night after Cannon got shelled. He was terrible, however. Cannon seems to be the weak link in the pitching staff going forward. Thoughts? He's the one that probably needs to work with Ethan Katz the most. When his control's off, he's tough, meaning it's a tough watch. I think in a real-world scenario where the White Sox, let's say they were contending, Cannon's probably a really sharp late-inning reliever. I really believe that. His stuff is good. His presence is good. Is it good over a long term, over 5-6 innings? I think his stuff can be electric in a 7th or 8th type situation. But yeah, give the White Sox credit. A lot of people chatting or coming at us on the recap saying, oh, looking for the positives and another loss. It was 7-1 in the second. I mean, in the last 2 years, that game was over. Not last night. Sox got it to 7-5. They got it to 8-6. Had the game go-ahead run at the plate in the 9th. All you can ask. OD, Bear starters should play at least a series. Give me the over in the Sox game. I actually almost had the over in the Sox game as my bet of the day. Ben Johnson did say today the Bear starters will play, which thank God, because I think there's zero scenario where they shouldn't play at least some. Appreciate you, Jonathan. Do you see the White Sox improving next year? What do you think they do? They better. I'd still like to see them try to get 63 wins this year. That probably is cutting it a little too close. They might be 59, 58. Chris said they're going to spend some money. I think it's time to spend money for guys who you think will be bridge guys to get you into 27, 28. Not just spend 1 year flip guys. You need to start investing a little bit. They're not going to spend $100 million on a player this offseason, but I do think it's coming. Jordo, Cubs will beat the Cards if food sucks in St. Louis. Jay, disclaimer, no Long Islands were harmed yesterday. Da Bears. Phil, Jed really makes you wish Cap was there. I know he definitely would make more moves, facts, and truth. I hear it, and I love it. You know what else I love? This Renegade Fantasy Football app. I've been exploring more and more in there. You guys, too. A lot of you have already signed up to join the Recap League at Renegade Fantasy, recap.renegadefantasy.com, or download the Renegade Fantasy Football app in your app store, regardless of whatever phone you have. It's free. You go to the join a public league and find the recap. It's there, REKAP. What's awesome about this is that for the first time ever, you can actually make substitution in real time. Your quarterback goes down with an injury. Bam, sub him out. Make the move so you don't lose those points. Your running back has 10 carries for 9 yards at the half. Swap him out. That's what Renegade Fantasy Football allows you to do. Your old fantasy league doesn't let you sub players in real time. I just rejoined a family league. I'm like, oh, wait, this is going to suck because I can't swap my guys out during the game. Join the Recap League on Renegade Fantasy. It's the only app that lets you substitute players in real time, stop the clock, and participate in second season drafts just like a real coach. And most importantly, you beat Cap, you beat me. Beating Cap's no big deal. We'll do that easy. I said his win total at 3.5. You can win $5,000, not fantasy bucks, not vouchers, $5,000 of real cash if you are the last man or woman standing at the recap. So come join us. Renegade Fantasy Football, recap.renegadefantasy.com. It's going to be an awesome, awesome time and something we'll be able to all do together. It should be a lot of fun. Thomas says, let's bring back Len Casper. Oh, I think he's comfortable with the White Sox. Godfather, you need to get your phrase trademarked, my friend. Under the luxury tax. Assad is a cheap to keep. He'll pitch sometime soon. Still under the luxury tax. Jim, here's hoping Ben Johnson will be allowed to turn the attitude, perception, and goals of this organization around without interference from above. Amen. Jay, sports fans need to chill out. Be mad. Have fun. Don't forget to eat and drink at your local Hooters. Of course. Safety first. Always. Always. I don't recommend restaurants often, but Hooters is the place to go. Fantastic burgers. Look at this. Got to send this clip over to Hooters. They're going to be jacked up. Aaron, Cubs need to let Tucker walk, put Owen Casey in right, sign Cease and Zach Gallen this offseason. They definitely need to commit to a pitcher. I think they need to commit to another bat. Are they going to spend $400 million on Tucker? It sounds like a lot of you guys are saying pass. I know he's been really bad lately. Good afternoon, Erica. Yep, first team offense needs reps and time on task, no doubt. In fantasy baseball, can you fire the president of baseball operations? The answer, Godfather, is yes. Unfortunately, that's you who you're firing. Unfortunately, that's you who are firing. So, of course, our guy, Jose Quintana, pitched really well yesterday. 6 innings, quality start for the Milwaukee Brewers. I had the under 2.5 earned runs allowed. He allowed 3. And that's just, it's going to change. This thing, ebbs and flows of betting is awesome. It is. And we've been in a real clunker, which has me excited about betting football here very soon. So today, I also don't hate the over in the White Sox game today. Shane Smith getting even money on earned runs allowed at 2.5. He hasn't had a scoreless start since June the 3rd. It's been over 2 months. He's been allowing 2, 3, 4. The question here is how many innings does he get? I think the Mariners win today. I'm throwing a same game parlay bonus out there. It's 3-legged 20-1. 3 legs at 20-1. So I didn't hit the Quintana bet. I hit a 27-1 parlay in the Cubs game yesterday, sitting here with Cap. I hit it. On the Nico Horner check swing, I needed to have 2 bases. Bam, that cashed it. 27-1. Benintendi has 5 hits off of Logan Gilbert. 5. 4 of them are doubles. I may just bet him to have a double as well. So I'm going 2 bases. Robert has a homer and 3 RBI off of Logan Gilbert. He's big, long outs. And then laying the run line. That's 20-1. I'm not counting. I'm giving you a fun 20-1 bet for a 3 p.m. baseball game. I know my guy Lip Ripper's in on it. Phil, coming soon, I'll have all the dates for our football coverage. We're working that out with Hooters as we speak. Baseball tosses heading to the Sox game on Saturday for the first time this season from Boston. Love it. Okay, Cleveland this weekend. Cleveland's been on a real bender. I think Cleveland has the second best record in baseball since the All-Star break. They are 13-6. Had they not lost at 10 or 11 in a row, Cleveland would definitely be easily. They're only a game and a half out of the wild card. They've played themselves right back into it. That is some juice. 20-1. Rarely do you see a 3-legged parlay like that. I mean, Sox can lose 6-1 and you could cash that 20-1. I'm doing it. Appreciate you, Kyle. Guff, what's your outlook and prediction for the Bears this season? I'm right around the 8 to 9 wins, Erica. I'd like to say more, but the schedule on paper is a gauntlet. They're going to have to win a few games. Maybe they shouldn't. Every season you win a game, maybe on paper you shouldn't. You lose a game, you shouldn't as well. That usually cancels each other out. There's our bet of the day. Shane Smith over 2.5 earned runs allowed at even money. The same game parlay, I'm in on it. If you want to dance, and absolutely, I do see the Cubs making the playoffs because I just don't see them going into a Yankee-like spiral where they get 5, 6, 7, 8 games above 500. I think the Cubs, even if they play mediocre baseball down the stretch, are going to find themselves in the wild card, my guys. All right, everybody. It's been another great show here on the REKAP Lunch Hour. So many people to thank. Thank everyone here at the REKAP. We'll have recaps today of the White Sox finale in Seattle. I'll have that for you, and we'll have the REKAP Rush Hour later this afternoon. And then, of course, we'll be back here starting our programming tomorrow with the REKAP Lunch Hour on a Friday edition. There's a new Bulls recap podcast as well. Really good thoughts from Joe Cowley on Modest and how he believes he is the new face of the Chicago Bulls. Appreciate you all for watching. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. It's super important. It's super important. If you got stuff going on, make sure you're not afraid to ask for help. We need you. I need you. This show needs you, and it's important. Thanks all for watching. Have an awesome day. And of course, it's all brought to you by Hooters, originalhooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations nearest you. Order.hooters.com to have it delivered to your door, whether it's home, work, or somewhere else. Let's get it done. Sox try to get a win tonight, salvage a sweep. They'll be back home tomorrow. Cubs at the Cardinals. We'll preview it all. And the Bears' first preseason game this weekend. Have a great day. See you.